Hey everybody, this is IndieGeek, and it is that time again of the month for me to pick my favorite game of the month. And, I think a lot of people probably expected Transistor, myself included. I actually thought beforehand that nothing coming out in May would beat out Transistor, but, there were certain things that I did not like about Transistor, and Kero Blaster came out as kind of a huge surprise. So, Kero Blaster is, in fact, my pick for Game of the Month for May, and I thought I'd go over a few of the reasons for why that is. First of all, I did want to mention, in case you missed my initial look at Kero Blaster, I mentioned that this is the new game by Studio Pixel. Obviously, it came out in May, and it is kind of the follow-up to Cave Story, if you will. And I know some people did not find this to be as good as Cave Story. I am kind of in a weird minority where I actually found this to be better than Cave Story in a lot of ways. But as you can kind of see from what's going on here, it does play pretty similarly to Cave Story, and you can pretty much go into it kind of knowing what to expect if you've played Cave Story before. And basically, what happens in this game is we are the little frog. Oh no, that was bad, I got trapped. And we got a gun, that's about it. It's kind of a Mega Man style game, if you will. And one of the things that really pushed me to choose this as my game of the year is the fact that I sat through this and I played it from front to back in one sitting, which I don't do very often. That is pretty rare for me, especially nowadays, when most games that I play I won't even finish, even if I do like it, just because of time. But I did sit and finish this one in one sitting, and in fact this is part of my New Game Plus playthrough, so even after finishing it I am still playing it, and I'm planning on doing a series on it as well. But anyways, that's kind of my history, I guess, if you will, with Kero Blaster. Other than that, so the things that I really liked about it, it's got super solid gameplay. You pretty much know what to expect if you've played Cave Story. The controls are extremely solid and feel really, really good. And, it's, again, like if you've played Cave Story, you know how it plays, you know what to expect. And I feel like not only does it reach those expectations the Cave Story kind of set, but I think it in fact may surpass what Cave Story did in my mind. I think it feels better, I think it sounds better, I think it looks better. And that's kind of a controversial opinion, I think, because most people, after playing this, have decided that Cave Story is the better game. But, speaking of kind of visuals and sound, I think that this has probably my favorite soundtrack of the year so far. And that's pretty heavy praise, because there's been some other really, really good soundtracks as well. But I think that this one is, far and away the best soundtrack of the year, in my opinion. Obviously, it's a little early to call it for the whole year, but certainly what's come out so far this year, this is the best of the best, in my opinion. And this may be actually the only game released so far this year that I would say it is, like, highly recommended to also pick up the soundtrack. And then from a visual perspective, I know not everyone was super impressed. Well, I think everyone was impressed, but not everyone was maybe as impressed as they were with Cave Story. Personally, I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I think, I never really got tired of looking at it. All the environments have a very unique and really overall just like a really nice look to them. And I think from a story perspective, I guess that's maybe the only place where the game is kind of lacking, but I feel like with a game like this, it's not necessarily all about the story. It is nice to have a good story, and I think being that it's Studio Pixel, it's less about the fact that there's a story and more about the fact that there are kind of neat, interesting characters that people like. And, you know, I do certainly like the characters in this just as I liked the characters in Cave Story. But, I don't think there's too much more to say without really kind of dragging on here longer than we need. You know, like I said, I think there was a lot of really, really good games out in May, so definitely a lot of competition, but this is the one that stands out to me as the game that I most enjoyed, and I think that's kind of where my basis for this pick comes from, is that out of all the games that I played in May, this is the one that I enjoyed the most, this is the one that I'm going to keep playing, and probably not anywhere near done with, if I'm being totally honest. So, that I think is kind of my piece on the game, though. So, as with last month, I would love to hear your comments and hear what your picks were, if you feel so inclined to tell me. You know, and if you didn't play any new games in May, I guess just tell me what games you did play in May. You know, if you were playing old games, that's totally cool too, but let me know in the comments what game got the most of your attention, I guess, in May. But that is where we'll leave off, and of course I will see you with another one of these next month. But if you are unaware, I do videos on this channel every single day, so if you want to see more content, please do consider subscribing. If you liked this video, then please do consider clicking the like button. But with that, yeah, we will leave it off here. So, as always, I thank you very much for watching, and, you know, hearing my humble opinion on my pick for my game of the month. But, yeah, so that'll be that. I thank you, as always, for watching, and I will see you next time.